I've just picked up two Elgato Keylight professional studio LED panels. Let's open the box and see what's inside. Let's just put it down and see what's in it. Nice instructions on how to use it. Oh wow, this is nice. So let's take out the tripod. Not the tripod, the mounting part. Okay, so you mount this part on your desk, which is good for me because I've got a stand-up desk, adjustable height. So by putting this on my desk, what I can do is always have my lights at the correct height. This is really awesome, and they're sturdy. Look, really sturdy. This is metal. It's all metal. And quite heavy and sturdy as well. Like it. So the various fittings for different regions, US I guess, UK and Ireland. I guess this is America, this is the United States I think. This might be Europe, but yeah, you've got all your fittings. This is the one I want. And our power supply. So that's one question answered. It is actually mains supply, which is good because you don't want batteries running out. The pièce de résistance got so it's effectively a softbox built in. So it's an excellent space saving option. The key light is attached to the stand using a ball and socket tripod head, so you need to be careful when you're moving it around. So once you loosen the tripod knob, you need to hold the key light, otherwise it could fall and get damaged. Okay, now let's pull down the software that we need in order to control the Elgato lights. So I've just gone to elgato.com downloads, and we can see Control Center for Windows. And I guess there's one for Mac as well. Hopefully there's one for Mac. But anyway, Control Center for Windows, download and show in folder. And let's launch it. I'm just taking the defaults. And I've just got to tell Windows 10 that it's all pretty much okay. And click finish. So to connect your Elgato Keylights to your network, now your network can be a wired Ethernet network. It doesn't have to be wireless, but you do have to have a wireless access point. I've got a Sky box, a Sky router, so a Sky Q router with Wi-Fi. Now the router needs to have Wi-Fi, but you don't need to be connecting to it with your PC. So for example, in my case, the Sky Q router goes to a network switch, and your situation may be similar, say 24 ports I believe on mine, serving various areas in the house, and then it's going to another network switch and then to my PC, and this second network switch could be for streaming purposes, etc. In addition to that, you have got your key light, and the key light has Wi-Fi, and what's got to happen is initially you have to get this key light to connect to your Sky router or to your router via Wi-Fi. And then what will happen is once that connection is established, the key light will communicate with your network via Wi-Fi to your router or to your Wi-Fi switch. Messages can be sent down the network to your PC and back up again. So there's two ways to initially connect it. You can connect via your PC, where you use your PC's Wi-Fi to give information to the Elgato and tell it the login and password of your Wi-Fi router. While that's happening, the PC disconnects from your normal network and gives the password and login access to your router. That's method one. And once that's done, you can disconnect your Wi-Fi from your Elgato to your PC. And what then happens is the Elgato is constantly communicating with your network, and from the control panel in your PC, you can control your lights. The other way of doing it is using an iOS device. So with your iPhone, you can log into the Elgato router, give it the password details of your network, and then your Elgato is set up. And from then on, you can control your Elgato either via your iPhone or via the control panel in your PC. It's not either or, you can do both at the same time. Okay, so basically, let's have a look here. Let's get this one going first of all. So there's two ways you can do it. First of all, if I click on my control center, you get an icon like so. Let's go in close, and I'm just going to click on that. But so when I do that, for some annoying reason, the control center panel appears on the actual screen. This is a touch screen, so I can just click OK and the light comes on. You can do it via sliders as well. Now this Logitech C920 webcam, it's got auto exposure enabled, so when I point at the light you can see it darken, so that doesn't give you an idea of the illumination. So let's just change so I'm only at 30% brightness right now. Okay, so 30% brightness. Now let's start upping the brightness. So I'm now at 50% brightness and 69%, 70%, and it's looking pretty at 81%. It's brighter than those other ones. So you may think this is a little bit pricey, but really you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And the other thing is, I mean, look at how wide the existing LED lights I had were, and these are sort of studio video lights, okay, but then compare it to the Elgato light. This is the profile of the Elgato light. Okay, so it's really efficient. It ends up the end result is I've got lots of space behind my desk, and the only thing that's stopping me at the moment putting my desk back further is I got to do something about this particular tripod handle. Must get something smaller or whatever. So yeah, so you've now seen the color brightness effect. So 100%, whoa. I'm just going to put it back to 50%. But now let's look at the color temperature. I can go all the way up to 7,000 Kelvin, which is kind of like blue sunlight, very blue effect, or I can go all the way down to, I guess, the candlelight effect, which is 2900 Kelvin. So it's going from 2900 Kelvin to 7,000 Kelvin. So that's a lot of control that I have just from my desktop. But wait, there's more. Let's have a look at my iPhone. So you can actually go and get an iPhone app for free from Elgato, and you click on, let's put in the Control Center. So with Control Center, I can, at the touch of a button, turn off the light. Hey, I'm in darkness. Turn the light back on again. The light has returned, and you've got all the same controls there. I'm going to stay at about 4,200 Kelvin, and I can darken myself and slowly bring up the brightness again. So you've got a lot of control. You've got a lot of control with this. But now, coming up next, we're going to go through setting up this light, because I initially did have some problems getting the Wi-Fi connections working, etc. So let's see if it's a breeze to set it up via the control center here, and see what it's like actually to control two lights. Will I have another separate identifier here, or how does Control Center handle controlling two lights? Okay, so the second key light is connected and it's manually on, but now we got to set it up so that we can control it. So I'm going to go to Control Center again and click on that, and I'm then going to click on the plus icon to add another key light. So it's going to start searching. You can see it's saying searching for devices, no accessories found, because I'm going to have to first of all enable the Wi-Fi on my PC. I'm just going to go to my settings and I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi on. So if I turn my Wi-Fi on, and I need to make sure it's my Sky Wi-Fi that I use, So show available networks, and I'm going to click on Sky Connect because that's the main network that I use. That's the main network I use. Okay, so I'm connected to Sky. I will now go and attempt again to add the key light. So it's searching for devices, Elgato Keylights CCC3. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click connect on that, select Wi-Fi network, and I'm just going to put in my password. Okay, so it's connected. What I had to do in my instance is I had to disconnect my Ethernet cable from my laptop. Now I don't know if that was significant, but I did that on my first light as well. I disconnected the Ethernet cable while I was on Wi-Fi, and when I did that, the connection came up. So let me just pull it up here, and so you can now see what happens is there are two connections here. Elgato, there we go, Elgato Keylight Right and Elgato Keylight CCC3. I'm going to obviously rename that to Keylight Left. Now, what I'm going to do, so I think what was happening was the setup was getting confused because my laptop had Wi-Fi on and then it also had Ethernet, so I guess the signals didn't know which way to go, or the packets were getting confused, or at a minimum they were confusing Elgato, because most internet packets seem to work most of the time. So the trick was put my laptop to wireless mode, everything connected. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Ethernet cable back in and switch off Wi-Fi on my laptop. Wi-Fi is still on at my wireless router. My computer setup now is purely wired Ethernet. Let's go to the Elgato Control Center and see, do we still have control? Yes on that one, yes on that one. So we got full control now on the lights over a wired Ethernet connection. So don't think that you can't use wired Ethernet with these lights. They're amazing! So now let's have a look at the Elgato app on my phone and see, has that automatically updated. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's so nice. So now I'm going to change the color temperature, 41,000 Kelvin, bring the other one up to 41 Kelvin roughly. Oh, don't you love sunshine? But now, because I've got two lights going at quite a bit of power, I can knock the power down. So what happens if I go to full power? I'm washing out. So let's just drop it down to something that's reasonable. I love them. Now, the next thing I'm going to be looking at in another video is I've got the new Elgato Stream Deck XL, and I'm going to be using this to control OBS Studio, which is because I plan to do some live streaming. So if I go to studio mode, you can see what's happening here. So the Elgato Stream Deck is going to control those, but even more, it's going to control these lights. And that is going to be a fun experiment also. You can find more reviews of the key lights in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, consider liking the video. It helps me with YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching.